You're watching Hallow Jones TV.
Disney had made 6 remakes of live-action princess movies. Now, the films that have been released has received a lot of criticism from hardcore Disney fans, particularly because of the fact Disney continued to remake classics movies. And I agree, to leave the classics alone. But if you ask me, the live-action movies are not bad. In fact, I don't look at the live-actions as remakes, more like bringing an animation to life. For example, we have shows like Once Upon a Time, and the show is basically about a whole bunch of Disney characters in the real world. That's how I view the live-action adaptation. Now in this video, I'm going to be pointing out the highlights of the live adaptations, why I think not all are bad. Keep in mind, I'll only be discussing the live adaptation princess remakes only. Now let's get started. To explain, in the animation, there were many things in movies that were never really explained. Like, why did Cinderella put up with Lady Tremaine and her stepsisters? Why was Prince Adam a spoiled, selfish, and unkind prince? Why did nobody knew of Prince Adam's existence? Isn't he the ruler of the kingdom? What happened to Belle's mother? Why does everyone in the village view Belle as strange? Why did Maleficent curse the king's baby in the first place? Why Princess Jasmine wasn't allowed to go outside the palace? Don't she have security guards that can walk with her? The live-action adaptation gave us these answers. Cinderella was taught to have courage and be kind by her mother, and her father told her to cherish the house for her mother forever.
Courage and be kind, my darling. Will you promise me?
Prince Adam, also known as the Beast, was raised by his cruel father, hence the reason why he became a spoiled, selfish, and unkind prince. Belle's mother died of the plague, and Belle was seen as a strange person because not only because she loves to read, but she was an inventor. She invented the washing machine, she would read books while clothes were getting washed, and the village did not know of Prince Adam's existence because the witch cursed the entire village and made the whole village forgot about the prince's existence. To make it harder to break the curse, I guess, Princess Jasmine was not allowed to go outside the palace because her mother got killed and the Sultan feared for Jasmine's safety.
I've never even been outside the palace walls.
Just to get out more. The people haven't seen her in years.
They won't let her. Ever since the queen was killed, the Sultan's been afraid, so she's kept locked away.
It seems everyone's been...
And Maleficent curses Aurora because her and King Stefan had beef with each other, so she got revenge. Really appreciate the fact that Disney made sure to answer these questions in a live adaptation, which made me love and appreciate the movies even more. My second highlight is the changes to their characters. The adaptation made many improvements to the characters. While watching the live adaptation, the characters felt like an improved version for what they were before, not that they were any bad in the animations. Now here are some examples. Let's start with Beauty and the Beast. Belle. In the live adaptation, Belle is more outspoken and brave. She stood up to Gaston. She told Gaston she would never marry him. She did not tell the Beast she was going to stay in replacement for her father. Instead, she pushes her father out the room and said she was planning to escape in his ear. And lastly, she tried to escape the castle by tying a whole bunch of clothes together so she can climb out the castle. Cinderella. Cinderella's story is one of Disney's most iconic and submissive of all Disney princesses. However, the live-action version shows a different side of this. The movie shows that before her mother died, Ella promised her to be kind and good, and then later, when her father passes away, he asked her to be kind to her stepmother and sisters. Ella, being the sweet, good-hearted kid, kept her promise to her parents even when being humiliated. The live-action movie explains to the viewers that Bella wasn't just submissive because she was dual or afraid of her stepmother and sisters, but because she was keeping her promises to her parents. The live-action version of Cinderella shows that having integrity, a good heart, and strong for those you love is worth it. She also stood up to her stepmother by saying she would never and never will be her mother. Kudos to Ella. Ella also had a small mental breakdown where her stepsister and her stepmom was making fun of her because she had cinder all over her face, and then Cinderella broke down and started crying and later ran away, which I felt added more to her character. There's also this one scene at the end of the film that was my hooray moment. It was the part right before Cinderella leaves with the prince. She turns around to look at her stepmother with the most delicate mic drop I have ever seen, says,
You have never been, and you never will be my mother.
Aladdin, Princess Jasmine. We actually got to know a lot about Jasmine in the live adaptation than in the animation, well based on the fact that it wasn't her movies but Aladdin. Much like Belle, Jasmine in the live adaptation becomes more outspoken, and that is very evident because of the new song added to the movie. Jasmine in the live adaptation has her own solo titled Speechless. The song was a perfect addition to the new, strong-willed, ambitious, and confident Jasmine Disney came up with. In a live-action movie, it is clear to the audience Jasmine wants to be the next Sultan of Agrabah. The traditions and laws only allow a man to be Sultan. Even her loving father doesn't believe she could be Sultan even if she could, but that doesn't discourage her from the idea. She proves that she has her own voice and ambitions. Maleficent and Aurora. In the animation, we didn't really get to see that much of Aurora due to the fact that she was under the sleeping curse. So in the live adaptation, her improvement was that we got to see a lot of her. Now Maleficent, however, we got to see her point of view. The movie was about her, not about a princess who was barely in the film. In the animation, Maleficent was portrayed as this evil witch. She cursed the king's baby Aurora because she wasn't inviting to the princess christening, just being a petty queen. While in the live adaptation, there was a good reason behind the cursing of Aurora. Stefan and Maleficent were childhood friends and later each other's first love. Stefan eventually betrays Maleficent and takes her wings, which was the reason why she cursed Aurora. Her complicated backstory and trauma with King Stefan give her a deeply personal reason to curse Aurora, and her resulting relationship with Aurora give both character depth where previously there were none. In The Little Mermaid, Ariel also had a character development. In the original, Ariel longs to live above the surface and explore the human world. However, soon after rescuing Eric from the shipwreck, her dream changes and she strives to be part of Eric's world. This suggested that Ariel's happiness and goals were dependent on Eric's love for her, and that her rebellious and curious nature were only acceptable when pursuing a relationship. While in the live adaptation, Ariel's love for Eric influences her action, but she still prioritizes exploring the island and experiencing the human world before pursuing a relationship with Eric. In fact, their connection stems from their love of adventure and their desire to explore. Additionally, Ariel throws the last blow at Ursula, killing her when she steers the boat mast, stabbing Ursula through her stomach. She resolved the conflict by saving Eric, who is seen as helpless in this scene, a stark contrast to the original where Eric saves Ariel. By betraying her with this assertiveness and capability of violence, her character shifts to become more dominant and more in control of her fate. Next we have Eric. Prince Eric has little more to him than his animated counterpart. In the animation, Prince Eric kept trying to find a mystery girl that saved his life, even when Ariel was with him. But in the live action, soon as Prince Eric met Ariel, he completely forgot all about the mystery girl and focused on Ariel. Also in the scene when Ariel was revealed to be a mermaid, unlike in the animation, Eric actually stood by Ariel's side instead of being scared of her. Look at the contrast between the two scenes in the film. In the original, Eric gave shock and stood back, while in the live action, Eric doesn't really care and held Ariel in his arm, signifying his love for her. Also, Eric has a purpose in the film unlike the original. Eric feels that his mother is too afraid of the outer world, isolating their kingdom from progress. This results in him wanting to explore uncharted territories and have a more adventurous side. Another thing I felt made the live adaptation pop was the soundtrack. Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, and The Little Mermaid all came with original songs for the live adaptation, which felt very well in the live action, as they tweaked the movie a little bit. Starting off with Beauty and the Beast. How Does a Moment Last Forever, which is performed twice in the film, first by Maurice when he reminisces about his deceased wife, and later sung by Belle after she discovers her mother's fate. How Does a Moment Last Forever is about hanging on to precious moments, which fits well into the movie as the theme is nostalgia. Next we have Days in the Sun, which serves as a replacement for the song Human Again, that was cut from the original, which everyone in the castle was having memories of what it used to be. It's a combination of a lullaby, which is probably why it's my favorite out of the new songs. Lastly, we have Evermore. The Beast, aka Prince Adam, has a solo, which brought character development to the Beast as we get to see his point of view. Evermore is performed by the Beast shortly after he releases Belle from the castle so that she may return to the village and aid her father. Despite knowing that freeing her would further jeopardize his chances of becoming human again, the Beast realizes that he loves Belle and ultimately sacrifices his own happiness and returns for hers. Now moving on to Aladdin. Aladdin's soundtrack consisted of 3 new songs in the film. First is One Step Ahead Reprise 2. If you don't recall, the original only held 1 reprise for One Step Ahead. In this reprise, Aladdin is added to the moment where he wants to tell the truth to Jasmine and the Sultan. Aladdin realized that by telling the truth, he may lose the one person who truly understands and completes him when she finds out the truth. Then we have Desert Moon, which was cut from the film, but you could listen to it on YouTube. Desert Moon was a duet between Aladdin and Jasmine. It was supposed to be a moment when Aladdin and Jasmine first meet and they realized that this was a song they both knew growing up. In the film, they were supposed to sing the song separately from each other. Not sure why the song was cut from the film, but Disney did release it and you can watch it on YouTube. It's such a beautiful song. Aladdin and Jasmine's voices was harmonized together, creating a sweet lullaby sound. Song was a 10 out of 10 in my opinion. Lastly, we have Speechless, performed by Princess Jasmine, which is huge because Jasmine never had a solo in the original. Speechless fits with the new theme of the movie. It has the Disney magic, the lyrics are amazing, and overall it's a very empowering song. On to The Little Mermaid. We have 4 new songs added to the movie, starting with Part of Your World Reprise 2. If you don't recall, the original only had 1 reprise. Part of Your World Reprise 2, I'm literally obsessed with it. Halle's voice is just amazing. She has the voice of an angel. In this version, Ariel is heartbroken. Not only did she lost Eric to Vanessa, but she also lost the chance to see her father and sister again. In the song, you could feel the intense pining and emotion she has for Eric. Next, we have For the First Time, which I also enjoy. Ariel sings the song when she is first brought into Eric's castle. The cool part was that Ariel was singing in her head since she didn't have the ability to speak. I love the idea of this song because it gives us an insight how Ariel feels being human and experiencing all these new things that we didn't get in the original. The song is catchy, mellifluous, and complimentary to the original. Following the song, we have The Scuttlebutt. Funny title, right? Yeah, the song's even funnier. The song is performed when Scuttle comes to tell Ariel and Sebastian that Eric is getting married to Vanessa, who is Ursula in disguise. But it takes a while for Sebastian to extract the information since Scuttle won't stop singing about her scuttlebutt. Just like in Beauty and the Beast, the prince has a solo, unlike the original. Yes, I'm talking about Eric's song, Wild Uncharted Waters. The song is a heartfelt ballad. I love that Ariel's voice is backing the melody in the track like a siren, and the lyrics in Eric's vocals was astonishing. You really felt his yearn for Ariel, the mystery woman that saved his life. Now, as for the original songs in the movie, I love the fact that we get best of both worlds. We get to hear the same song sung by 2 different people. Each of the singers brought out something different, like Belle Reprise, for example. In the original, Belle sounded annoyed with Gaston, but in the live adaptation, Belle sounded like she was disgusted with Gaston. Down to my last point, we have the visuals. The visuals in every single one of these films were astonishing. I have a few critiques, but this is not a critique video. Let's start with Beauty and the Beast. I love the scenes of Belle's village. I love her small house. It looks very cute and it fits the fairy tale theme. The scene where Belle is running up the hill during Belle Reprise is by far my favorite visual in the movie. The sun, the grass, and I love how she turns to look at the camera as she sings. It was a beautiful shot. I love the Beast Castle. It looked beautiful and magical. The scene when they are in the snow and the wedding, all amazing scenes. 10 out of 10 for Beauty and the Beast. Now we have Aladdin. I have a few critiques though because some scenes like the cave scene in A Whole New World was just very dark. But scenes like A Friend Like Me and Prince Ali did the movie's justice. Agrabah was a sight to see, very vibrant, bright, beautiful colors. It was amazing. And I love the costumes in the film. Next we have Cinderella. Cinderella has the fairy tale theme down. Honestly, these two are neck and neck with the visuals in my opinion. I love Cinderella house, it was very cute. Prince Palace was beautiful in the garden scene. I love how even when it's nighttime, you're still able to see Cinderella and the prince. Cinderella did amazing with the colors in the film. Now the costumes in the movies was top tier. Cinderella dress was beautiful and the butterflies on her dress was an added touch. I love the stepmom and the stepsister's outfit. Each outfit represented the character's personality. 10 out of 10 for the visuals. Next we have The Little Mermaid. Halle Bailey, she looked beautiful in the movie. Honestly, that's what made me love the movie. Her beauty really caught my attention in the film. I was just like, whoa, she's gorgeous. Her swimming in the ocean was such a sight to see, her hair floating in the water, and I really enjoyed Kiss the Girl scene in the film. It was beautiful and also under the sea. The visuals, bright, beautiful colors. And finally, Maleficent. I love the scene when she curses Aurora. She looked amazing in the scene. The CGI did its job. And I love the visuals where Aurora is in the forest at night. It was very pretty. I like how it was nighttime and there was a lot of glowing lights in the scene, made it magical. And we reached the end of the video. Woo! Tell me what you guys think about Disney live adaptations in the comment section below. Do you hate them? Like them? Feel free to leave your thoughts down below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe and check out my other videos. See you next time. Bye!